Yeah, mm, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so last class we have seen these examples, no? So I wrote the programs related to this oops to okay test one. Okay, this program, if you see this program, so here what I'm doing, I'm making a class, okay, and next property is int data. So I'm initializing function new string s and display this value. So instance created as end function and end class. Okay, so that means here I'm writing the methods. Okay, I'm writing the functions, that is nothing but methods. After that, what I am doing, I am declaring the handle. Okay, module tb test1 t underscore h initial begin t underscore h new. I'm using this passing this string. Okay, string constructor assigned to the handle. Okay, so if you see this one, so just copy this. I'm opening in the eda playground. Okay, I'm opening in EDA playground. Just I'm pasting. I'm running this code. Okay. So when I'm running this code, so here you will get t underscore h instance created. So I'm passing this string to the constructor. Okay. So t underscore h, I'm passing this string to the constructor. I will get t underscore h, that is instance created. Okay. So this is one program. And next that assignment I gave, so here you need to copy this value. Okay, so this is class test2. Okay, so test2, so here what you are doing, I'm initializing int data equal to 20 and so function, so here I'm initializing the method. Okay, so this is the property and this is the method. Okay, method string percentages, the value of data is percentage ds, end function and end class. Here I'm writing the method. Okay, for function module tb, and I'm initializing two handles. Okay, two handles for the class. Okay, test2 t1 underscore h t2 underscore h, this is handle for this object. Okay, this object. Okay, and initial begin t underscore h equal to new t underscore h t1 underscore h, t2 underscore h equal to new t2 underscore h. Okay, now whatever the content of t1 underscore h is there, that I am copying into t2 underscore h. And next what I am doing, I am modifying this value of t2. Initially that value is 20. Okay, data is 20. So next I am modifying t2 underscore h dot data equal to 30. Okay, you are modifying the data in shared object. Okay, and next I want to display. Okay, so what it will display. Okay, so like when I am modifying this value, so that I copied into t1 h, no, so that both will print 30 only. Okay, just we'll see. So just we'll see this program. Okay, so here I modified the value of t2 underscore h. Okay, so when I'm seeing this, the EDA playground, so just run this code. Okay, so see here the value of t1 underscore h dot data is 30 and the value of t2 underscore h dot data is 30. Okay, so that means first I initialize that value is 20, no, so first I initialize int data is 20. Okay, first 20 is 20 is copied. Okay, first 20 is copied, after that you modified. Okay, after that you modified, that's why again it is printing 30 and 30. So whatever the data is there, that the t2 underscore h t1 underscore h your initialized to t2 underscore h, both handles will get the same value. Okay, both handles will get the same value. Okay, so that is nothing but so here yeah, here what happens, 1 second. Yeah, so here so here this is nothing but we call as object assignment. Okay, we call as a object assignment. Okay, so what is this object assignment? We'll see. Okay, object assignment. Okay, object assignment is nothing but here you have a test. Okay, test 2. In this test 2, what happens, two objects will be forming. Okay, so that means two handles or two objects will be forming, t1 underscore h and t2 underscore h. Okay, t2 underscore h. So t1 underscore h given to the object. Okay, that is you are giving to the instance or object, that is new. Okay, and t2 underscore h, so t2 underscore h, that is equal to what, new. Okay, new. So what happens, so two objects will be created like this. So first two objects will be created. After that, what you are doing, so t2 underscore h, that is equal to what, t1 underscore h. So this is nothing but we call as object assignment. Object assignment, whatever the value of t1 underscore h is there, that you are initialized to t2 underscore h. Okay, so that means here what happens means there is a data, so data you are initializing. Okay, so this t1 underscore h will point to this data, t1 underscore h will point to this data, and t2 underscore h will point to this data. Okay, so any change in this data, that will reflect t1 underscore h and t2 underscore h. Okay, so this is nothing but we call as object assignment. Okay, so when you modify t2 underscore h, then t1 underscore h also modifies. That is nothing but we call as object assignment. Okay, so to avoid this object assignment, we need to go for shallow copying. Okay, so we need to go for shallow copying. What is the shallow copying? Okay, so here to avoid the object assignment, okay, we need to go for we are using a concept called shallow copy. Okay, shallow copy. What is this shallow copying? We'll see. Okay, shallow copying means here the shallow copying. So you see shallow copying. So shallow copying. Shallow copy is nothing but the syntax will be like this. Okay, the syntax for shallow copy is here t2 underscore h, you need to use a keyword, that is new. Okay, new t1 underscore h. Initially you assigned, that means object assignment, directly you assigned t1 underscore h to t2 underscore h. No, so you need to use a keyword called new. Okay, so when you are using a keyword new, what happens, different objects will be created. Okay, different objects will be created. Different objects will be created. Okay, will be created for separate for a t1 underscore h and t2 underscore h. Okay, so that means different, so this different objects, this is data related to t1 underscore h, and this is the data related to t2 underscore h. H. Okay, so different objects will be created for t1 underscore h and t2 underscore h. Okay, so we'll see one program related to shallow copy. So here if you see the shallow copy, so here this one is a shallow copy. So class shallow copy, I given some class shallow copy, shallow underscore copy, and int data equal to 20. So this is the property, and this is function, means methods. So I am writing a function new string s dollar display percentages, the value of data is percentage d s comma data, end function and end class. Okay, so here I wrote the class. Okay, after that module tb, I am declaring the handles. Okay, for the shallow copy I am declaring two handles, t1 underscore h and t2 underscore h. These are two handles, and initial begin. Okay, so I need to use, so shallow copy, no, so I'm using t1 underscore h equal to new t1 underscore h, create first instance, and this is for creating the instance object. Okay, t2 underscore h equal to new t2 underscore h, create the second instance. This is for creating the object. Okay, after that what I am doing, I am copying the shallow copy. Shallow copy means what? So t2 underscore h equal to what? New t1 underscore h. So t2 underscore h become a copy of t1 underscore h. After that I am modifying t2 underscore h dot data is 30. Okay, after modification we'll see what is the value of t1 underscore h and t2 underscore h. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, so that means different objects will be created by using shallow copy. Okay, so the syntax is you need to use a new. Okay, so t2 underscore h equal to what? New of t1 underscore h you need to use. Okay, so just I'm copying this, so I'm pasting in this the EDA playground. Okay, I'm running this code. See here, so that means initially the 20 is assigned to both the t1 underscore h and t2 underscore h. After that what happens, I am using a shallow copy. So when I am using a shallow copy, t1 underscore h is what? 20. Okay, that is t1 underscore h is 20 only, and whatever the value modified, okay, that value is modified, no, t2 underscore h dot data equal to what? 30. That modified data is obtained to t2 underscore h. Here you will not get the same copy. Why? Because by using this this syntax, this shallow copy new, so separate objects will be created for t1 underscore h and t2 underscore h. Okay, so this is about the shallow copy. You are getting the two different values for t1 underscore h and t2 underscore h. Okay, so that is the shallow copy. Okay, and next so next is deep copy. Okay, so deep copy means here suppose you see the deep copy, basically suppose before deep copy, one second. Okay, before deep copy, suppose like uh, so here we'll see the deep copy, the program related to deep copy. One second. Yeah, deep copy. So deep copy means, in deep copy what you are doing, so here I'm initializing the class. Okay, so class b. Okay, and int data b equal to 20, and I'm using a function new dollar display from the subclass of, so that means there are two classes are there. Okay, class a and class b. Okay, so the display from the subclass class b, the value of data underscore b is percentage b data b, end function and end class. Okay, so for class underscore a, I return the function. So class underscore a int data equal to 10, and class underscore b, I'm initializing cb. Okay, so I'm initializing instantiating the nested object. This is nothing but nested object. Okay, so deep copy how I am declaring, so class underscore a ca1 comma ca2 declares two handles. Okay, and I'm initializing, first create first instance, ca1 equal to new first instance, and ca2 equal to new ca1. This is by using shallow copy. And after that what I am doing, I am modifying the copied object. Okay, so copied object, and I am displaying this ca1 and ca2. Okay, so how it will print? Okay, it will print separately for this data ca1 and ca2. ca1 it will print 10, and ca2 it will print what it will print 30. Okay, so just we'll see in the EDA playground. Okay, so this is deep copy. So if you see, so run this. Okay, I got error. 1 second. Deep copy. Yeah, end module. End module. Run this. So I got the value of CA1 dot data underscore A is 10. So that means here, so for data A, CA1 is initialized to this 10 value, and after that CA2 is initialized to 30 value. Okay. So this is about the deep copy. Okay. So there is a normal copy and shallow copy and deep copy. Okay. So that means here what is happening means, mm, uh, so when you are preferring the shallow copy, separate objects will be created, but some objects will be created in the subclasses. Okay, some objects will be created in which classes means subclasses. Okay, so that means so here so here suppose you have, so in deep copy what I did means, here this one is data underscore A, and next one is, this one is data underscore B, data underscore B. So these so this is a handle, so this is a handle CA1 and this is having the handle CA2. These both are allocated to the subclass. What is that? Subclass is CB. Subclass is CB. Okay, so subclass, this is nothing but subclass handle. Subclass handle. Okay, subclass handle. Okay, so deep copy. So what is this deep copy? Deep copy is nothing but, here I am writing deep copy. Deep copy. So deep copy is nothing but, so deep copy we are performing shallow copy, subclass handle was not getting copied. Okay, so when we are performing when we are performing shallow copy, subclass handle was not getting copied. Subclass, whatever the subclass handle will not get copied. Okay, will not get copied. Okay, so not get copied. So that means that is a subclass handle, whatever the subclass handle is there, that will be shared by two handles. Okay, subclass handle was shared by two handles. Okay, shared by two handles. Okay, so two handles. So in case of deep copy, if any subclass is present, that will be copied. Okay, so in deep copy, in case of deep copy, if any subclass handle is there, okay, subclass handle is there, okay, so is present, okay, that will also copy. Okay, that will also copied. Okay, so copied. Okay, so deep copy is, that means how we are doing deep copy means, deep copy is manual way of copy. Deep copy is manual way of copy. Okay, manual way of copy. Okay, so we need to develop our own logic for performing the deep copy. Okay, we need to develop our own logic. Okay, our own logic for performing deep copy. Okay, so this is about normal copying and shallow copying and deep copying. Okay, shallow copying and deep copying. So next is this is about the classes, subclasses, inheritance, objects, and all those things. Okay, and next we'll go with the other topic, that is nothing but inheritance. Okay, inheritance. What is this inheritance? We'll see. Okay, so inheritance. Okay, so inheritance, if you see the inheritance, uh, so inheritance, in inheritance there are two types of classes will be there. Okay, so two types of classes will be there. Inheritance is nothing but what, like whatever we call like I think Vamsha Parampariyanga. In Telugu we'll call Vamsha Parampariyanga, no? So like your grandfather or your grandfather or properties will come to your father, your father properties will come to your you. So like it's like a inheritance. Okay, that is nothing but inheritance. Okay, there are two types of inheritance are there. Okay, two types of inheritance, two types of classes are there in inheritance. Okay, so one is what we call as parent class. Okay, so same like that, same concept, same parent class, or we can call as base class. Okay, base class. And next one is child class. Okay, child class, or we can call as derived class. Child class or derived class. Okay, so so that means what, will get the properties derived from the parent class. So that means child class will get the properties derived from the parent class. Okay, from the parent class. Okay, parent class. Okay, so this we'll see. Okay, so so that means we can say that child class, so here child class will get some properties derived from the parent class. Okay, child class will get some properties derived from the parent class. Okay, parent class. Okay, so so creation of child class from the parent class. How we will create child class from the parent class means, see here. So creation of, so we'll see the creation of child class from the parent class. Okay, so how you create the child class from the parent class. Okay, so see here. So we use a keyword. Okay, so using a keyword, how we are creating the child class from the parent class means, you use a keyword that is nothing but extends. Okay, extends. Okay, so example, suppose let us take class example underscore p. Okay, so this is parent class. Okay, properties int data underscore p. This is the properties. Okay, end class. Okay, end class. Okay, so that means this is nothing but what, this is nothing but my parent class or base class. Okay, so parent class or base class. Okay, and so how will derive this, so how will create this child class, here class example underscore c. Okay, extends, you need to use a keyword called extends example underscore c. Okay, underscore p, okay, so this is nothing but what, this is the parent class. Okay, and what is this? This is a child class. This is child class. Okay, so this is the parent class and this is the child class. Okay, so so here how you write the data, so how you are writing the data. Suppose here yeah, so how we are preferring, that means data underscore p is nothing but parent class, data underscore c is nothing but child class. Data underscore p is nothing but what, this is related to parent class, parent class, and data underscore c is nothing but what, child class. Okay, child class. Okay, so you need to use a keyword called extend. Okay, so that you are you are calling means you are calling the you are creating the child class from the parent class. Okay, how we are creating the child class from the parent class means you need to use a keyword class example underscore c, this is the child class, extends to example underscore p, this is the parent class. Okay, so we'll see some program related to this child class and parent class related to the inheritance. So I wrote in gvim. Okay, just you see inheritance. Okay, see here, so this is a program related to inheritance. So first I wrote class p, class underscore p, and next properties int data underscore p end class. Okay, so I'm doing, I'm creating the child class. How you will create the child class? Class underscore c, this is the child class, extends class underscore p. Okay, int data underscore c. Okay, so int data underscore c is nothing but this is the property related to the child class. Okay, end class. Okay, and module tb class underscore c cc, declaring so I am declaring some handle to the child class. Okay, declaring some handle to the child class. Okay, handle so after declaring the handle, I need to create the object. No, initial begin cc equal to what, new. So creating the instance or object to the class c, child class. Okay, after that what I am doing, I am assigning some value. Okay, for the child class. Okay, cc dot data underscore c equal to what, 20. So that means what I am doing, I am assigning some value derived from the member. Okay, after that I want to display that. So display the value of cc dot underscore c is percentage d cc dot data underscore c, display the value. Okay, and I want to change the value of what before this one second, before this same program inheritance. Okay, this one you see same program, just there I change the value. Okay, one second, here same thing, see here I want to display the value. Okay, display the value dot cc dot data underscore c is percentage d cc data underscore c, display the value. Okay, so this I am displaying. So what value it will be displayed? So here so that means first I wrote the parent class, after that I am creating the child class from the parent class. Okay, and next what I am doing, I'm assigning that value to the child class and I'm displaying. Okay, so here what happens we'll see. So copy and just paste in this EDA playground, run this. See here, the value of cc dot data underscore c is what, 20. Okay, cc underscore, so whatever the value is there. So first I created the child class from the parent class, and after that I created one handle class underscore c, this is a handle, and next I created the object for the instance or object for the this cc. Okay, for this handle, and I'm initialize this value to cc dot data underscore c and displaying this value. Okay, and next if you see next this one you see, suppose here same thing I did, just I want to change the value. Okay, so I want to update the value in which class means parent class. Okay, see here, so here what I did, so this is nothing but displaying the value of child class, displaying the value of child class, and After that cc dot data, so I'm displaying, I'm assigning some value to the parent class, and that value also I'm displaying. Okay, so displaying, so here so if I want to display this, what I will get, we'll see. Okay, just copy this and paste in the EDA playground. Yeah, see here the value of cc data underscore c is what 20. Okay, 1 second, this is cc underscore p, I need to give. Okay, cc underscore p, this is cc underscore p. Okay, cc and data underscore p. Okay, so cc data underscore p, this is parent class. Okay, so cc dot data underscore p is nothing but 40. Okay, so like this I can write the value, means I can write the program for both parent class, and I'm creating the child class by using a keyword extend, and I can write the handle, and I can create the object for the child class, and here itself. So here what happens, I not created any object for the parent class. Okay, so that means from the child class itself you got the value at the parent class. Okay, so anywhere I didn't created any handle or object for the parent class. So when I am displaying this value to the parent class, so that whatever the inheritance is there, that parent class is taking from the child class. Okay, so you will get the value from the child class. Okay, that is the main thing. Okay, and next we will see this 1 second. Okay, so what is the difference between this subclass and child class? Okay, subclass and child class, I will tell you the difference between subclass and child class. Okay, so subclass and child class, subclass, and next is child class. Okay, next is child class. Child class, subclass and child class. So what is the subclass and child class, we'll see. Okay, so suppose if it is subclass, how I will write, first class A. Okay, class A, and I'm writing the property. What is the property? Data underscore A, and some lines of code. Okay, and end class, end class. Okay, and next what I am doing, I'm creating one more class B. Okay, class B, class B. Okay, class A underscore handle. Okay, A underscore H, and end class, end class. So this is nothing but subclass. Okay, so what is this child class? Child class is nothing but, first I am writing for what, parent class. Okay, so this is class A is nothing but parent class. Okay, end class, end class. Here what I am doing, class B, class B, class B is the parent class, extends, I am using a keyword extends, extends A, extends A. Okay, so here what happens, so some piece of code, and end class, end class I am doing. So that means this is what, so this is the B is the child class, B is the child class, and here A is the parent class. Okay, so like this, means like this I'm combining the child class with the creation of this child class with the parent class. Okay, by using a keyword called extend. Okay, so this is the difference between subclass and child class. Okay, subclass and child class. Okay, and next 1 second. Yes, inheritance 1, inheritance 2, you see. Okay, inheritance 2. So here what I did, this is data plus plus. Okay, and data inheritance 2. Okay, 1 second, before this we need to see some super and overriding also, we need to see. 1 second. Next inheritance TP3, overriding. Okay, overriding we will see. Okay, what is this overriding? Okay, overriding. So 1 second. Okay. Okay, so overriding we'll see. Okay, so overriding, so this is function related to overriding. So I'm using two classes. Okay, so that means I'm using this parent class. Okay, class A, this is the int data A, this is the properties, and this is the methods. Okay, I'm using a function void display, dollar display function displayed from the parent class, end function. Okay, and end class. Okay, so end class, this is nothing but parent class. So I'm creating the child class by using this extends. Okay, class B extends A. So in this I am creating this is properties and functions. Okay, so here what I am doing, so in the child class also I am creating this functions and after and end class. Okay, so module top, so b underscore h initial begin. Okay, initial begin. Okay, I'm using initial begin. So I'm creating this is nothing but handle, and after that I am creating an object. Okay, b underscore h equal to new, and how I am displaying this value, that means p underscore h dot display. So what it will be displayed we'll see. Okay, so this is the concept of overriding. Okay, we'll see what it will be displayed in this. Okay, one second. Yeah, so copy this, just media playground, we'll see this, run this. Yeah, yeah, one second. So what it will be displayed, uh, function displayed from the child class. So it will display function displayed from the child class. So it is not displaying the function displayed from the parent class. Okay, it is only displaying the function displayed from the child class only. Okay, so that means this is nothing but this concept is nothing but overriding. Okay, so overriding means what, means if you are writing separate class for parent class, but here you are displaying both parent class and child class when you are calling this. Okay, when you are creating an object and we are calling this display, this will display the means properties of what child class only. It will not display the properties of a parent class. Okay, so that is nothing but we call as overriding. Okay, so what is this overriding we'll see. Okay, so overriding, so you have two functions, same functions, no? So in this you have two same functions. Okay, same functions, that means display, this is same function void display, this is you written in the parent class, and function void display you written in child class, but it is displaying only the whatever the functions present in this child class only. Okay, so that we'll see, that is nothing but we call as overriding. Okay, so if you see the overriding, so overriding, yeah, overriding. Okay, overriding means when the functions are same. Okay, when the functions are same for parent class and child class. Okay, so when the functions are same for parent class and child class. Okay, parent class and child class. Okay, if we have same name method in parent and so same method in parent and child class. Okay, we have same methods. Okay, so same methods we are used now. So if we have same methods in parent class and child class. Okay, and child class. Okay, child class, and if you call the method using child class handle. Okay, if we call the method using child class handle. Okay, so if you call the method using child class handle, child method overrides parent method. Okay, so that is nothing but overriding. Okay, child method overrides uh, overrides parent method. Okay, parent method. Okay, so this is nothing but so child method will be permitted. In this, child method will be permitted. Child method will be permitted. Okay, will be permitted. Okay, child method will be permitted. Okay, so here, in order to overcome this, so what you need to do? Okay, suppose if you want to display the parent class. Okay, so if you want to display, if both are same functions, okay, say methods are same, and that functions you are displaying, that functions are also same. Okay, so suppose if you want to display the parent class method, okay, parent class, so what you need to do? You need to use a keyword called super. You need to use a keyword called, this is a keyword. Okay, what is the keyword? You need to use this keyword called super. Okay, super. So super is nothing but what? It refers to parent class. It refers to the parent class. Okay, super refers to the parent class. Okay, so so that means it may be refers to what? Properties, or it may be refers to methods. Either properties or methods, both are same. Super is refers to what? Super is refers to parent class. Okay, super is refers to parent class. Okay, so like how you are displaying that means super dot display. You need to display like this. Super dot display. You need to display like this. Okay, so based on the super, we'll see. So here you see, I wrote the function for super. Okay, super, this is super. Okay, see here. So here what I did, so that means same program. First I wrote the program for what? Parent class a int, this is the property, and I wrote the function display. Okay, and dollar display, the whatever the function displayed from the parent class, end function and end class. This is nothing but what? This is my parent class. Okay, and how you create the child class? You need to use a extend. Okay, class B extends. We need to use a keyword extends a, and this is the property, and same. So that means here so here function void, and again you are writing the function dollar display. So you need to use a keyword called super dot display. Okay, so super dot display means what? You are writing in the child class. Okay, so when you are writing this this one, so it will call the parent class display method. Okay, it will call the parent class display method. Okay, so end function and end call end class. So module top b space b underscore h, initial begin, b underscore h equal to what? So this is the handle, and after that this is the object. You are creating an object, and b underscore h dot display. So you are displaying the value. Okay, so we'll see. So what it will be displayed. Okay, by using a keyword super, we can display the functions displayed from the parent class. Okay, so in order to overcome that override concept, we are using a keyword called super. Okay, so if you see this, yes, just copy this and run this. Okay, yeah, see here. So here I am getting first function displayed from the child previous one. Okay, so here I am getting function displayed from the what? Parent class. So function displayed from which class? Parent class. Why? Because here I used super dot display. Super dot display means it calls the parent class display method. Okay, by using a keyword called super, it calls the parent class display method. Okay, so this is about the super. Okay, hope you understood. Yes. Okay, so this is so it is so in order to display the parent class, we need to use a keyword called super. Okay, so next you see, next uh, next inherent this one you see. So this one, so inheritance. So here what I did, first I am writing class example int data. So this is the property. I am writing the method, that is function. So function void increment incr. Okay. So int is nothing but what? Int is nothing but a two-state data type. The default value for int is nothing but 0, no? So data plus plus means what? It will be incremented. Okay. It will be incremented by what? 1. Okay. I want to display the value. The dollar display, the value of data is percentage d comma data, end function and end call. So this is nothing but one class I wrote. Okay. So in the class I wrote the properties and as well as functions. Okay. After that, in module, I am creating a handle. Okay. Example, ex underscore h equal to what? Initial begin. I am creating an object. So ex underscore h equal to new, and I am calling this. Okay. So I am calling this function means what? Ex underscore h dot incr. Okay. So that means what will be the value? It will be incremented by 1, no? So it will display the value of data is what? 1. Okay. It will display the 1. Okay. So here if you see, just copy this and just see in the EDA playground. So run this code. Okay, if you run this code, see here the value of data is what? 1. Okay, value of data is 1. It will display like this. Okay, so that means initially int data means what? By default value it will be allocated as what? Two-state data type. By default value 0 only. Okay, after that you are incrementing. Okay, when you are calling this function, what happens? It will go to this function and it will be displayed this this value. Okay, so this is one example. And next example, suppose here inherent tb3 is. Okay, so here what I did here, so I'm initializing this class. Okay, class example, and properties is int data, and I'm writing the method by using this function void incr data plus plus, and display this value and end function and end class. Okay, so what happens here in the module tb, I'm creating how many handles? I'm creating 3 handles. Okay, ex underscore h1, ex underscore h2, ex underscore h3. Okay, here I am creating the 3 handles. Okay, so for 3 handles I need to create the 3 objects, no? So ex underscore h1 equal to new, ex underscore h2 equal to new, ex underscore h3 equal to new. I am creating three objects. Okay, after that I am incrementing. Okay, so ex underscore h1 dot incr, so it will go and it will display this. Okay, so again ex underscore h2 equal to incr, it will display. Ex underscore h3 equal to, again it will display. Okay, so what it will display, we'll see. Okay, just I'm copying this. Okay, when I paste this. Okay, so if you see in the EDA playground, run this. One second, I'm getting, okay, this IE is not there. Okay, run this. See here, so that means the value of data is what? 1. The value of data is 1. The value of data is 1. Okay, so here what happening means, here you created, means you wrote the class. Okay, you wrote the class. After that you created 3 handles, and what happens, so here so 3 objects will be created. Okay, so like suppose you have one class. Okay, you have class, so you created the class. Okay, after the class, so when you are creating the handle, after that by using the handle you are creating the objects. Okay, so like that objects, so here 3 objects will be created: object 1, object 2, and object 3. 3 objects will be created. Okay, so 3 objects will be created, and each and every object so initially in the class you initialize the int data, no? So int data means what? Data will be allocated. That means default value of data is what? 0 only. Okay, and in the function you wrote, in the methods you wrote, so data plus plus, no? Data, so what is data plus plus you wrote. Okay, so data plus plus is equal to what? Data equal to data plus 1. Data equal to what? Data plus 1. So 0 plus 1 means what? Data will be updated with what? 1. Okay, so in each and every object, here object 1 data will be allocated with 1, and object 2 data will be allocated with 1, and here also in object 3 data will be allocated with 3 1. Okay, data will be allocated with 1. Okay, so this is about this one. Okay, and this basic so when you are creating 3 objects, so that same value will be given to, so separate. So when you are creating the object, so what happens? Separate memory location will be created. We already seen in the last class, no? Separate memory will be created. That value will be updated to that that property. Whatever the property, that data. Okay, data equal to 1. Here data equal to 1 for object 2, and data equal to 3 for object 3. Okay, so like this this concept is there. Okay, so hope today we seen the basic things like object assignment. Okay, so object assignment we seen. Okay, and a program related to this object assignment we have seen, just copying the content. So whatever the contents you are copying, so both objects will be updated. Okay, so in order to overcome that both objects are updated, we need to use shallow copy. Okay, shallow copy. And if you have subclasses, okay, subclasses, then you need to use deep copy. Okay, so to overcome this shallow copy, we are using this deep copy. Okay, and inheritance we already seen. Inheritance is nothing but the properties of your grandfather or parent. You will get, no? So like that you have two classes will be there, parent class and child class. Parent class is nothing but base class, and child class is nothing but derived class. Okay, and how you are creating the class? Creating the class by using a keyword called extend. Okay, extends. Okay, so extends. So here example, like you are creating the parent class. So how we are creating the child class means class example underscore c. This is the child class name. Extends. Okay, extends example underscore p. Okay, so this is optional. You can give any value, any name also, but in order to remember, you can use underscore c. This is nothing but child class, and this is parent class. Okay, and whatever the properties are there, data underscore p is nothing but related to parent class. Data underscore c is nothing but child class. Okay, and you have difference between the subclass and child class. Subclass we already seen, like just subclass means what? You are writing the class. After that you are creating an instance, and you are creating that subclass. Okay, but child class means first you create the parent class, and from the parent class you are creating the child class by using extend c. Okay, that is child class. So overriding means we seen one program. Suppose like when the functions are same, okay, both functions are same, methods are same. If you want to display that, child class, child method will be permitted, and means child it will display the child class. Okay, it will override the parent class. So in order to overcome that, if you want to display the whatever the content means that display from the parent class, you need to use a keyword called super. Okay, when you display this, it will display the parent class. Okay, and that program we already seen. So that means different objects will be created, and you will get same values. Okay, different objects, it will be incremented, and you are getting 1. Okay, so this is about today's session.